Okay, I'm back again for the last part of the Power BI exercise here, and I'm going to show you how to do the data visualization using the data model. So let me share my screen again. And let's go briefly to the PowerPoint, and we're in this section here, data visualization, easy for me to say. And again, this is the reference points in the original video. So we're going to talk about how to load the data into the data model, and then talk about things like changing the country column category and why that's important. Selecting GDP data as a value field, so that's the field we want to do calculations on. And then selecting the year and country as axis fields to be able to display various charts. And then learn how to use filters. The filters, are something that was discussed in the video, and I'll see if I can demonstrate that. And then show the different types of charts that we can use. So this is hopefully a shorter video because it's gets you started and how to use the data model. So let's go to the last step. Once you finish the cleaning of the data and the transformation, then you have to go up here in the bottom top left and hit close and apply. So that goes close and apply, and that basically then brings you over to another video here. Let me get the PowerPoint back up here. And it gets you this point here where you basically get a blank screen where the visuals will be displayed. And then there's a couple of icons up here. This is a report image, and then there's the image of the data. And you see now we brought in the data, and it's got just a row for each year, and the GDP is the value. And these are the headers. So now the first thing we need to do is this country, in order for it to be represented properly on the maps, we need to go up here and change the data categorization. So now it's uncategorized, but we can categorize as a country. This way the data model knows that this is a country field and it can use it for locating on the map. So we just did that. So now we can go back to the report image, and let's start over here selecting fields we want to appear on the report. So the first field we want to make sure we get the GDP, which is the value field. And so we clicked that and it showed up under the value. And you see it started creating a default chart over here. We want the axis fields here up here on the axis. We want that to be by country and also maybe by year. Okay, so that gives us the three fields we're going to use to build the charts. Now, let me make this bigger as was in the video, so because you can move these tiles around wherever you want or size them whichever you want. So this is as you can see, a chart, and it's got the countries and it's got the GDP by year. So you can change this, you can make this a horizontal chart. But the other one thing that we wanted to show is, like, we want to create a map, a world map. So we can show a world map here. Now, one of the things that we talked about filters, let's say we want to filter by certain GDP. So, let me do that. Let me see, it's got less than, is greater than, is greater than, let's see a million. 1, 2, 3, 6. So look like I got too many zeros there. Let me back off a zero. All right, so I changed greater than, it looks like 10,000. So this is obviously already adjusted for billions, but so that gave me a fewer number of countries. So now somebody see show, okay. So we can do things like this, show data point on a table. See what that does. So that basically shows it as a table. So so I'm gonna go up, we can, if we want to show this data as a table, we can do it that way. So basically, just by clicking these icons, it changes the display mode. So you can do different charts. It's kind of fun to just play this. Now, obviously, depending on what data you're using, it makes sense to focus on a certain type of a chart. So this is basically pretty simple. Once you get the data into the data model, you can play with it and create different types of charts and graphs, and save those as a report and use those for different presentations. So this concludes the short session on how to build a data model using GDP data. Hopefully it's helpful. Thanks a lot. Let me go ahead and sign off here, close my screen, and we'll go ahead and stop the video. Thank you for listening.